Like backyard wrestling? Well, here's GCW's Backyard Wrestling 7 results from the 4th of July. Catching JJ Allin on fire, dropping firecrackers on the Joey Janela, hitting a body slam, smoking a blunt on the break for Tarzan Duran, and don't forget that indie legend CoKane. Let's get into it. A few review, kinda. This ain't by match order, just my favorite. JJ Allin walks up and said, "What are these bitch-ass fireworks?" He says, "You know what? Forget that. I got a better idea. I'm just gonna be the fireworks." So he catches himself on fire with flame retardant. Only thing is, some parts I'm sure were missing because he just hopped straight for the pool. They start pouring water on him as if there's not a pool full of water. Must be some of that water boy water from a special glacier in Alaska. Anyways, the masked man loses his mask before reconcealing his identity, even though everybody knows who the hell JJ Allin is. But there he goes. He's feeling better. All right, now we can start the match. Yeah. So Tarzan Duran hits him with like a chicken leg, or I don't know if that's a big blunt or a big piece of ginger. But anyway, he finds some barbed wire and he starts using it for the first time ever, a barbed wire jump rope. That's pretty entertaining, but this was the finish to it. I don't know what the hell he did. He just kind of like fell on him, but it is what it is. Tarzan Duran took a blunt break before getting ready for the arm wrestling portion of the match. But what's arm wrestling without more fireworks? And I'm guessing the idea was to explode once the person slammed their arm down, but they set it off too early. They still managed to get a good little arm wrestling bout, but I'm guessing the idea was to explode their nuts. And of course, eye gouge. How else is a wrestling match gonna end? With eye poke. And then they just find Michael Myers' butcher knife hanging around. He was probably just chilling in the woods like, hey, let me borrow that. JJ Allin gets a little dehydrated, so he goes looking for some substance in a beverage container, aka a beer cooler, chugs it like Stone Cold Steve Allen. Pours one out for the dead homies, of course. He cracks Tarzan with the beer. Duran's like, I only make me bleed my own blood. Then out of nowhere, he's like, I'm just going to help him, but I don't know where to put him. I'm just going to put him right here. Bam! Right through the table or a door. It's actually a door. Duran chucks a chair right at his face. He said, you didn't see that coming? Check this out. Boom! Slowest Van Daminator ever, but it's still pretty sick. You think they're going for the go home spot? Nope. Fire spot. And who takes it? Yup, Tarzan, right on the back. Then Duran goes for a little bit of his own sustenance. And what does he need? Some medical help? Nope, just a blunt. Then he lights up the firecrackers for the go home angle, finally hitting a one-winged angel, even though this is that other one where he pulls the arm. I forgot what it's called, but it's like a one-winged angel. Anyway, takes that 1, 2, 3. I think there was a pin somewhere in here. If not, they just said, fuck it, he blew up. Boom, and I think that's the win because JJ Allin took the win. He's like, screw this, I'm out of here. I need some more beer. And that was just one match. Then you know Joey Janela's got to be involved in this somehow. So he had a firecracker dropped on his belly after hitting a body slam. And then you have Big Fuck Vin here, who I think this is his backyard. So I don't know where they start letting him shoot fireworks off. And I guess it wasn't good enough because they let him go at it again. He just starts letting him off. Roman candles in the sky. Butterfly in the sky. Oh, that's the other song. I'd play the music, but I would rather not get sued by New Jersey because I like this page. But anyway, you remember KBW? No, not really anybody does. But anyway, this is Kage and AK-47. If you don't know who Kage is, it's Fuego del Sol from AEW. If you somehow don't know that, I don't know what your problem is and how you're watching this. Anyway, KJ Orso, or using his backyard wrestling name Kage, faced his old rival AK-47 from their KBW days. And their whole thing in their league was trampolines and all. So, of course, you got to have the trampolines flying like an eagle. Ah! Anyway, I'd have a good day with the ladder, as he would take several ladder spots that just seemed to mess him up more than his opponent. It looked like he had dislocated his shoulder right there, or his elbow. He hits this pretty sick move with a bounce, barely, kind of like almost knocks himself out, but that was pretty tight. I don't know necessarily what he was going for here, but look at where he lands on the ladder, completely missing the mattress, but whatever. Hits the double curb stomp for the win. And that's how he defeats AK-47. But here's the indie legend you've been waiting for. JCW's CoKane. Now, there's a few CoKanes, but this is Juggalo Championship Wrestling's CoKane. He's a little skinnier, slender, but I don't even know if there's really a difference. He just looks like he lost a lot of weight. Anyway, here comes Sleepy Ed in the, what would that be, the creeper van? Yeah, I don't think you could say the other word, but anyway, Sleepy Ed shows up for his match against CoKane. I don't know if he's a little too tired or whatever, but that's his thing, his gimmick. He takes a pillow, he even takes a little nap in the ring before the match when he's getting introduced. How tired can you be? Who knows? Hit the right type of blunt, you know? But meanwhile, Sleepy Ed's laying out. CoKane uses a little bit of his supplements, some natural herbal remedy supplements, and he's just super powered up now. He finds all this energy. Where is he getting this energy from? He goes into a rage, starts humping the pillow, which they call him out for.
Pillows. He humped his pillow before he threw it out the ring.
Despite being a hilarious character, he's got a mean whip into a corner and a pretty solid clothesline if you look at it, hitting the boss man, airplane, sidewalk slam, whatever they want to call it on any given day. Well, time for another supplement break, but here's the plot twist. Oh no, the murderer has his drug stolen by the crazed homeless man, and now he's amped up. Oh, what's he gonna do? Nope, I don't think so. Sleepy Ed turns into Special Ed, dishing out clotheslines, dishing out elbows, and he says, you know what, I figured this out, secret weapon. I'm gonna win the backyard wrestling match with a sleeper. Yep, he's gonna put him to sleep. But Kane's got a secret weapon up his sleeve. Well, actually in his pocket, because he ain't got sleeves. Another supplement break. Oh, he is vitamined up. He is feeling Hulk Hogan's power right now. And what do they go for? The secret weapon? Some lean. It's actually NyQuil, but you know, whatever. Bam! Right on the head of the homeless drug addict. Yep. Hits for the choke slam. What's a choke slam? Nope, just slams him into the van. I think he's gonna try to kidnap him. Yep, look at now they're on top of the van. And you would think this would be a climactic ending, right? With a choke slam. Nope. Lean in the eyes. Sends him flying into the ring. But this is where it just gets completely off the rails. He just slides down and says, screw it, that's too far to jump. He starts blessing him or whatever with the NyQuil and hits the elbow, and that's it. That's the win. Whatever, though. All that. I could have did the match backwards, whatever, but it is what it is. Backyard wrestling rules. Then there's Pizza Cat Jr., a.k.a. Billy Starks from ROH, AEW, whichever you prefer. Everyone's using their backyard wrestling names. That's why she was Pizza Cat Jr., Lucky 13s, Lucky Jr. Sean Henderson came out to Roman Reigns' song. I don't know what the heck that's about, but whatever. Even Ruckus came out with a random appearance as Claude Marrow Jr. And what was Tony Deppen's name? Yep, Tony Deppen Jr. Never changed Tony Deppen, ever, ever. Now, there's a sixth competitor, but there he is, you little pervert. Everyone starts going out of the match. What's the first move? Yup, Destroyer, Destroyer. What's coming after? Nope, super kicks. You thought I was a Destroyer, all mad. Now, this looks like Tony Deppen's getting choked out in the pool, but I think he's just getting some swimming lessons on the 4th of July. What a guy. And I don't know where he starts choking out Lucky 13, trying to give him some swimming lessons, but he said, nah, son, I know how to swim. Lucky just standing there, only I choked me out. He hits the springboard, but of course the cameraman misses it, but it's cool. He's saying, did you get that? Screw it. Completely grabs Lucky, eats him across the ring. Meanwhile, Ruckus is coaching and giving some moral support. That's that semi-support stepdad energy. Good job, Ruckus. Billy Starks, Pizza Cat goes for the gut kick, gets stopped, completely kicked upside the head, AJ Styles style, before hitting a rhino spear. And out of nowhere, Ruckus hits this move. He's like, I'm done with my break. Bam, let's run that back real quick. How? Hitting that Jacob Fatu, Calvin Tankman energy. Man, that was tight. Hey, look, it's everybody's favorite move. Destroyer. Nope. Styles Clash. Nope. Screw it. Lumbar check. Yeah. Backbreaker, son. Even the ref's like, that hurt my back. Pizza Cat starts clawing everybody's face off before hitting a snot rocket in the eye. That's dastardly. Hitting that suplex. Damn, Deppen. Oh, yep. Here's a Destroyer. You're welcome. Yeah, it's your favorite, huh? Oh, man. Anyway, here comes the finish sequence. The sick pile driver clutch gotch. I forgot what it's called, but anyway, it was sick. And just like that, 1, 2, 3, Pizza Cat takes the backyard scramble win. And there's only one way to celebrate. Yup. Nice cold Mountain Dew. Why? Because Billy Starks is not 21 years old. Take that in, you perverts. Anyway, she got some pizza ears. I just noticed that. That's pretty tight. Anyway, that wasn't even the main event. This was the main event. Kind of lackluster, but I understand they're trying to put some young cats out there, you know, get the name for themselves. I fully understand, but why is the backyard match ending with a sleeper hold? Not even a kick to the nads, a middle finger? Nah, not even a one-winged angel off of the roof? Nope, sleeper hold. But anyway, for the rest of the event, it was pretty dope. And that was Backyard Wrestling 7, and I can't wait for next year's. Hurry up, Brett Lauderdale, get a bigger backyard.